Hi, I'm Dan Stair of Daniel's Training Services, and right now I want to talk to you about providing training in the age of the coronavirus global pandemic and what that looks like. First of all, as of this moment, all of the training requirements of the regulations still remain. The International Air Transport Association for the Transport of Dangerous Goods by Air has not relaxed or removed its requirement for initial and biennial, every 2 years, recurrent training. The International Maritime Organization has not relaxed or removed its requirement to provide initial and then triennial, every 3 years, recurrent training. In the U.S., neither the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency nor any states of which I am aware of right now have relaxed their training requirements, whereby a large quantity generator of hazardous waste must provide initial and then an annual review of the initial training. None of those, as of this moment, as of May 15th, none of those have been removed. The US DOT actually has relaxed their training requirement a little bit, and I'll have a link to an article in the descriptions for this video. But all they did was they eliminated the need or removed the need for the recurrent, the triennial, the recurrent 3-year triennial training does not need to be done during the public health emergency. So that is currently going on. But other than that, you still must provide the initial DOT hazmat employee training. So the training is still out there. I know it's probably the last thing on your mind right now, and I get it, but still, it is a requirement. Okay, how can you get that training? How can I help you to provide that training? Well, of course, we're all concerned about the spread of the coronavirus. And of course, training where maybe I come to your site and in some way you gather people together, those are all really bad situations now. Those are things we want to avoid. So how do we provide training in this age? Couple things. First off, I want to encourage you to consider a webinar. If you haven't in the past, please consider using my web-based training to meet the requirements. First off, my webinars are live and interactive. They're delivered by me. The webinar that I use allows for up to 24 separate logins. So your employees can stay home, they can stay dispersed. There's an unlimited number of trainees. So you could have 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever at each login. And I provide you all the documents and everything you need ahead of time for you to print and or distribute to your employees. And the other advantage of web-based training is there's one flat fee. So depending on your needs and all that, we come up with a flat fee for the training, and that's what you pay. And I provide the test if that's necessary, and the certificates for every employee, and all of that. So again, a web-based training is a way that you can schedule and get your training done as you need it. I have 2 different kinds of webinar training. One is my publicly, regularly scheduled general content training webinars. I do those once a month. I'll have a link to that schedule down in the description. Or you may want to do a site-specific webinar, which we can do as well. It takes a little more time, but we can set it up to a time and date of your choosing, and I can deliver a site-specific, interactive, live, engaging webinar for you and all your employees that require it at a flat fee. So we can do that. I am developing something new, and I'm working on a learning management system. I don't have anything now, but soon I hope to have up a self-guided training system. It will be general in content at first, but I can develop it to make it site-specific. So there you have the advantage to pay a fee and to take the training at your convenience. You can start and stop whenever you want. You can simply log on and take this self-guided training through my learning management system. That is another option. someday, we may actually get back to on-site training, which is the best training that I provide, where I travel to your site and provide very site-specific training tailored to your needs. That may be more difficult, but we can take precautions. If necessary, and certainly will be, I will wear a mask during the entire time that I'm on your site. I will provide hand sanitizer. So if you don't have it, I will have hand sanitizer available for the trainees. All of the documents and the regulations and everything that I bring with me will go through an at least 24-hour quarantine between the time that I touch them and the time that they are distributed for the training, at which point I'll be wearing gloves to distribute them. So we'll take those precautions as well. We'll also, if necessary, I provide enough training materials where people don't need to gather together, so they can spread out and take their own training. If you have a big enough room, we can practice social distancing and we can make it work for your site. Also, there's something else, and strange times call for strange training, strange alternatives, and this is one. I'm calling this my distant on-site training. If you like on-site training, where I travel to your site and walk the site with you and provide that really in-person training, but you're concerned about exposure, I could do that, travel to your site, but deliver a webinar to your employees at that site. So I would be right there. We could engage before and after, during, whatever, but at no time would I be standing up in front of your people speaking where everyone's together. They could still be dispersed. They could be in their office, their workstation, their home, wherever, while I deliver the training from your site. May sound crazy. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen in this day and age? That might become a new norm. What I want to make sure, though, is you're aware is that I can still provide the training that you need. And however that's done, we can work that out. If you're going to do the training yourself, maybe it's come to that. Okay, great. What I recommend you do then is still come to me, go to one of my training webinars so you can gather information so you know what to provide to your trainees. Again, the most important thing to remember is that this too shall pass, right? We're going to get through this and look back on it someday. And the most important thing is everybody staying safe. So make that your number one priority. Maybe a little bit further down the list is getting your training done as required. And when you get to that priority, please think of me and please let's find a way to make it work.